Greetings. Once again, we connect to enhance our learnings. And the next topic that we will now go and get ourselves familiarized with is going to be the concept of string operations. So, without further ado, let me go and indulge all of us in the same. So, string operation commands a very useful facet because when you're working with data, a lot of data needs to be cleaned up, needs to be tuned, enhanced before you can go and start working with it, and that is where the string operation commands come into the picture. So since the subject over here is string operation commands, so we will first of all go forward and try to create some string variables which we can use for this particular demonstration at hand. So let's begin with the same, as in go and create some string variables that we can use in this demo. So let's get started. I am going to go inside my variable manager, click on add, and I'm going to create a string variable by the name of string1, and we'll give it a value as ABCD 1 2 3 4 EFGH. So as we were discussing, we are creating a variable by the name of string1, and the value that we are assigning to this one is ABCD 1 2 3 4 and EFGH, the space between ABCD and 1 2 3 4 and a space between 1 2 3 4 and EFGH. So that's my first variable which I have made over here. Click on add, create the next variable string2, to which I will give a value as ABCD. That's my second variable string2. So string2 getting created next. Add further going forward with the creation of the next variable, that is string3, to which I'm giving a value as EFGH. That's my next variable getting created, and I save this one too. Going forward with the next one, click on add, create a new variable by the name of string4, to which we will give a value of 10 spaces followed by some numbers and then again 10 spaces. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, some spaces 1 2 3 4, then again spaces 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and we can go and save this string4 also. Adding once more string5, and to this string5 we are going to go and give a value ABCD EFGH IJKL MNOP and QRST. So I have a couple of strings which are separated by commas over here. This is basically what I have in this string5. So that's string5 over here. Click on add, create one more next variable over here, which will be a variable of type list. So I'm just going and creating a list variable, to which we are giving some values A, add it, B, add it, C, add it, D, add it, and E, add that too. So A, B, C, D, E, I've gone and added my list variables over here from A's to E's, and I go and save it. So that takes care of my requirement of some grounds on which we can study our string operation commands. So that's where we are at the moment. Next thing what we want to do now is we will begin with our before after command. So I'm going to drag this before and after. So in before and after, what we want to do is we want to basically extract this 1 2 3 4, as you can see, which lies between ABCD and EFGH. So what is it that lies before this 1 2 3 4? It is ABCD, And what is it that lies after this 1, 2, 3, 4 is EFGH. So if I have a string and given in that string I know that what is the portion of the string which lies before my area of interest and what is that piece of string which lies after my area of interest, then using this before and after pieces of information, I can extract what lies between these two values. So I am going to bring in my string which is string 1, and in string 1 in the before section I am going to say ABCD lies before the value of our interest which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is an operation because both the conditions are true, and EFGH lies after the value of our interest. So before 1, 2, 3, 4 we have ABCD, and after 1, 2, 3, 4 we have EFGH. Take these two values and put them inside our variable which is prompt assignment. This is what you want to do. If you have any enter key press and things like that which you want to remove, you can select this option also. You've already chosen to trim the extracted text, and let's go and save this one, and subsequently let's message box this value and display it on the screen. So I'm going to take a message box and I am going to display the value of prompt assignment on the screen, and I can save it, giving it a name as string operation, and save it, and we can go and then run it. And that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4 which lies between ABCD and EFGH. And this is our before after command which allows us to extract a value which lies between two set of values. The value that lies before it is specified in the before clause, and the value which lies after it is specified in the after clause of the before after string operation command. And the software, using these two before after value as flags, is able to extract whatever lies between these two values and give it to us. So that is the first command, before after. Next is compare. So let's say I want to compare two strings and find out whether these two values are equal to each other or not. Then I can use my compare command over there. So I can drag a compare command to the right, and I am going to say, let me take my string which is string 2 and compare it with string 3. Take string 2, compare it with string 3, and if they are equal it will give me a true, otherwise it will give me a false. By default this command is not case sensitive. If you wish, it should do a comparison on the basis of cases also. Then you can choose match case. For the time being I will let it be, and I'm going to save it, and we can just copy and paste this message box, save it from the top and run it from line number 3. And that gives me false because the two values are not equal to each other. String 2 containing ABCD and string 3 containing EFGH not equal to each other. Compare command. Next command is find. Find allows me to find the position of a string or a character within another larger string. So that's where the find command comes in. So as you can see, ABCD space 1, 2, 3, 4 space EFGH. Let's say I want to find its position of 2 within this string. So ABCD is 4 characters, 5th is 1, 6th is the position of 6 is occupied by the character 1, and the position of the 7th character is occupied by the character 2. So according to our calculation, according to our math, 2 is at position number 7. So I'm going to drag a find command to the right, and I'm going to take string 1, find the position of the digit 2 and put it inside the prompt assignment variable. That is what we are doing. So we are trying to find the position of the character or the set of characters which is in our case 2, within the source string, and we want to return the result in the prompt assignment variable. So that will return us 7. So I'm going to go and save it, and I'm going to paste it, and we can save this one from the top, and we can run it from this step. Seven it is. So we were good with our math earlier when we tried to do a manual calculation of the position of 7 within the string at hand. Next is length. So length allows me to find the number of characters in a string. So for example, if I go and look at my string 4, it contained 10 spaces, then 1, 2, 3, 4, then again 10 spaces. So let us try to study the effect of spaces on the length of a string. That is basically what we want to do. So proceeding to find the length. So I drag length to the right. I say find the length of string 4, put it inside the prompt assignment variable, and then we can display this value on the screen. So we save it, and we can run it from this line. And that is 24. So you can see 10 spaces, then 4 characters is 14, 14 plus another 10 spaces is 24, and that is precisely what we wanted. So that is the length of our string, 24 characters, precisely what we had expected. Now we need to get rid of these spaces because the spaces in our string are not helping. So what we need to do is we need to get rid of these spaces, and to get rid of the spaces I will do a trim operation. So I say trim my string, which is string 4, from both left and right, and put it inside this string 4 itself. So we are trimming our string 4 from both the left and right hand side, and result we are storing inside the same string, so that we have a new version of the string which is devoid of any spaces. And then what I want to do is I want to again get the length of this string and display it on the screen. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to go and save it, and we're going to run it from line number 9 where we originated with our trim operation. So now you can see the length of the string is 4 characters. So where we did a trim of the string and asked it to chop off those extra characters, it gave us a length of 4, and that is precisely what we wanted because all those spaces were removed in this process. So you can get rid of all the spaces using this trim command, which is precisely what we did. And after we did the trimming, we went and removed all those. We were able to get rid of all those unnecessary spaces, and then the string devoid of spaces is only 4 characters. And this is just what we wanted. So that is our trim command, which we just wanted to showcase, and we used it in conjunction with the length command. So length gives us the length of a string. When you trim that, it gets rid of all those extra spaces and gives you a new length which is devoid of the spaces which were in the original string. So next, that was something about trimming, length command that we just studied. Next command, what we would like to do is we would like to see what the join command is all about. So before I will go into the join command, I would like to loop us to this list variable and pop the values of those variables on the screen and see that how do they affect our so like I said, we want to basically go and loop through this particular list variable, and then we will do a join command and see what the join command is all about. So I have a loop of type list, loop list variable in perspective is list 6, and within this list variable I am going to message box the value of this variable list 6. So list 6 variable, its value is going to be thrown on the screen, and this is just to see what are the original values, and then we will see how we can concatenate all these values and put them inside one single string variable. That is basically what we want to do. So we are running this one. So that's the first row: A's, B's, C's, D's, E's. That is our loop variable, which allows us to loop over a list as per our specification. And next, what we would like to do is just trying to pick up the string operations join command, which allows us to take all the elements of a list variable, concatenate them, and throw the values on the screen. So I'm going to take a join command to the right, and I say join all the elements of the list variable, separate them by commas, and put them inside one single variable. So join all my elements of my list variable and put them inside one single variable prompt assignment, and you have to do that after insertion of commas as a delimiter between every two values. So I'm going to go and save it. So that's my join command, and then let's go and message box the result on the screen. So if all goes well, we should be able to see that value, which is basically the concatenation of all the elements of the list variable inside one single variable, as you can see on the screen. So we are seeing all the A's, all the B's, all the C's, all the D's, and all the E's. So that is our string operation join command, which we can see over here. So that's something about the join command which we are just seeing. Join command coming into the picture. Next command that we would like to go and work with is the replace command. So let's say that if I go back to our good old string, string 1. In string 1 we had ABCD 1 2 3 4 EFGH. Now what I want to do is I want to find replace all the 1 2 3 4 or any other group of characters within a larger string with some other set of characters. So how do we go ahead and do that? Find some character within a string and replace it with some other characters is basically what the replace command is all about. So we will go and try to do that. So I drag a replace command to the right. I say replace in string 1. You find 1 2 3 4, replace it with 5 6 7 8, and output goes inside variable prompt assignment. So taking string 1, and in this string 1, which is basically A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, E, F, G, H, we are saying let's replace 1, 2, 3, 4 within this string with 5, 6, 7, 8. So this 1, 2, 3, 4 should get replaced with 5, 6, 7, 8, and the same should be stored inside this prompt assignment variable, which we will subsequently message box and throw on the screen. So let me just go and save it. Run from this step and let's see what happens. And you can see the 1 2 3 4 has been successfully replaced with 5 6 7 8, and that is precisely what we want. So this is our replace command over here, which we were just trying to see. So that's replace. After replace, the next thing that we want is split. What does split do? Split is the reverse of join. Split will allow me to take the value of a string variable and split it over a list variable. That is basically what split will do. Take the value of a string. So what we will do is we will take our string variable string 5 and we will split it over this variable list 6. So the result of this operation will be that ABCD will replace AA, EFGH will replace BBB, IGQL will replace CCC, so on and so forth. So when I subsequently loop through this variable list 6, it will not show me A's, B's, C's, D's and E's, but rather it will show me ABCD, EFGH, IGQL, MNOP. That is what is going to happen. So I am going to go and do the split over here. Let us go and do the split. So I call the split command, and we are going to go and say that we want to split. So now what we want to do is we would like to split this string 5 over our variable list6, and as we discussed, it will take the elements of our string variable and keep overwriting the elements in the same sequence within the list variable. So I am going to go and take my string variable string5, and delimiter over here is comma, because that is what is separating every value inside this string variable string5, and we want to write it out to our list variable, which is list6. This is what we want. So like we discussed, ABCD will go and overwrite A, EFGH will overwrite BBB, and IJKL would overwrite CCC, and so on and so forth. And that is basically what we are expecting to see once we subsequently run over this loop again. So I'm going to save it, and then we will like to go and execute this thing again. So just a moment. So now that we have split this string and put it inside it our list variable, we will now go and loop over this list variable and see if we can see the effect of the same successfully. So that is basically what we are looking at. So I'm going to go and save it. I'm going to keep my mouse on this string operation split command and run it from there, and let's see what happens. So now you can see instead of AAA we are getting ABCD, and going further, instead of BBB we have EFGH, instead of CCC we have IJKL, instead of DDD we have MNOP. So you can see values from the string variable have overwritten their corresponding counterparts within the list variable, and that is precisely what we were expecting out of this split command. So our expectations are pretty much met over here, as you can see, and this is just what we were looking forward to. So that is our split command that we were just talking about and looking into. Next is the substring command. Now substring command allows us to go and extract a portion of a string. It expects two parameters, the two parameters being the starting point from where you want the extraction to happen, and second is the number of characters to extract. So that is our substring command. So what we will do is I will go inside my string1. So let's say I want to extract 1 2 3 4 out of this entire string ABCD 1 2 3 4 EFGH. That is basically what we want to do. So to be able to do this, what we would need to specify is the starting point of the extraction, which is the position of 1, because I want to extract 1 2 3 4. So if I do a quick math, ABCD is 4 positions, 5th is a space, 6th is 1. You don't have to do this. You can always do a find command and find the position of 1 also. If we recollect, we had found the position of 2 earlier, and that turned out to be 7. So by virtue of logical deduction, position of 1 should be 6. So we should be able to have these 4 characters extracted using this substring command, which is basically our priority, our objective over here. So I am going to drag a substring command to the right. I say within this string, let's go and pick up string, which is string1, and in this string1, what we want to do is, starting from the position of this character or numeric 1, which is basically position number 6, we want to extract 4 characters, that is 1 2 3 4, from position number 6, which is the position of 1 in this string, and put them inside the prompt assignment variable and save it. and then I can paste this one over here, and excuse me, and then we should be good to go. So I'm going to take this message box and I'm going to go and paste it over here. So I can save it right from the beginning, save the script at the top, and then let's do a substring extraction. So line number 25, right click and run from this step, and that should do the trick. And you can see we were able to extract this 1, 2, 3, 4, which was lying in the midst of ABCD and EFGH, by supplying the beginning point or the position of 1 within the string, and also supplying the number of characters that we wish to extract, which is 4. So that is the substring command just getting executed on our screens. So this brings us to a closure with respect to the string operation commands. Just for your knowledge, lowercase is just changing the case to a lowercase. Uppercase is just making it uppercase. Reverse is just going to change the sequence of your string backside front. And I hope you're comfortable doing that. That should be a child's play for us. So good for formatting, nothing complex as such. So this is basically something which I wanted to bring us all on board with respect to the string operation commands. I do hope all of us are comfortable with what we just talked about, and we are good till here. So until we meet next time, thank you.